Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Weekly Fix. I'm Zane, and joined with me is my good friend Peyton. Peyton, thank you so much for popping on the podcast as Jacob has already dipped out of Florida. So we have a little trader. However, big man Jacob, I know we talked about it last time. We said, hey, we're going to go see Avatar for Peyton's birthday, and you're missing it because you're leaving and all of this good stuff. Dude, Jacob delayed his trip to go on your birthday to go watch Avatar. How'd that feel?
What a G. I appreciate him so much. What a kind guy.
He is. Now, I can't help, Peyton, but notice how fly your background is looking. What's that all about?
Oh, thank you. I'm finally setting up my man cave. It's almost there.
Yeah, it looks like it's almost there. It looks like it's there for me. That's pretty awesome.
There's some stuff you can't see I'm not done with, but
Yeah,
we're getting there.
very exciting. How do you feel about it?
I love it so much. It's great.
Very cool.
Jackie loves it too, to get all my stuff out of the house.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a little bit of like love-hate relationship with it where it's like, oh, I'm glad all this stuff is gone, but now I don't get to see Peyton as much.
Yeah, no, that's not. It's not like this is keeping me from inside.
I'm totally messing. That's awesome. So, well, that's so cool. I can't wait to get down there and see it. I'm very excited about it. I know your Doom stuff looks incredible. It's not shown here on the visual screen, but it's pretty nice. Pretty nice.
Yeah, I love it. It's sick.
So, all right. Well, dude, how's your weekend? I know you just had a pretty long one. We're about to go in the holidays. Are you ready for the holidays? Are you ready, rested, or are you going into the holidays a little tired?
I'm going and exhausted. Practicing for all the church stuff for Christmas has exhausted me. And then it was work and then birthday stuff. And Saturday I was gone all day. And today I was gone all day. And then I worked the next 2 days. And then it's Christmas Eve.
Oh my goodness.
I'm
And you
tired.
just got back from Disney.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it's been nonstop.
That is crazy. Yeah, no. I haven't done that, but I am also going into the holidays pretty exhausted. We had my good friend Sean that I used to coach in from Pensacola. He came in for the last 4 days, so it's been a little hectic. Just with every time you have a guest, you're not sleeping as well. The kids slayed in the same room, so they partied hard every night, didn't sleep, woke up at 5:30. All the good things, very emotional as well, some stuff going on, so it's just pretty tired. And then we had an amazing day at church today, but it is long, it is tiring. Just got back from cleaning up all of that, and yeah, now we're here. So I'm excited for this. We also this weekend, I don't get to go to the movies that often, but this was a very special weekend. I got to see two. I got to watch the new animated film David, which we're going to review just for a little bit. And then we got to go watch Avatar on your birthday, like I mentioned. So, man, Avatar Fire and Ash. I'm so excited to get to talk about this. So sad we don't have Jacob here because he would give a good contrast to me because I know
Very contrast.
he was not thrilled. So just a little spoiler alert there. I liked it. Jacob was like, I've seen this movie before. So um, that's where it lies. But anyway, before we get into the Avatar and everything, because that's going to run the most of the podcast, I did want to touch on David. So we got to go to David. It was the animated film that does a retelling of the life of King David from Scripture. Now, this is a movie that plays fast and loose with the term canon to Scripture. It doesn't deviate like anything that I think is blasphemous, but if you are wanting a one for one from the Bible, it is far not that. Also, go ahead.
Bill Wickham's David, right?
Phil Wickham is David, which
That's wild.
It is such a pleasant treat, dude. And that is one thing I will say about the movie. The score soundtrack is fire. Like, so good. They did incredible with the music. I loved every aspect of that music. Very, very good. The David and Goliath scene. Now, I will give a little go ahead and warner here. Like, if you have small children under the age of 8, I would say do not go to this film. It is scary. It is visceral. There is like this was marketed to children. I took a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. That was not the play. That was that was a mistake. So within like 3 minutes, my 5-year-old was crying because there's a jump scare scene with a lion. She cried when the Goliath was shown because he was absolutely menacing. His voice was booming. It was well done, but it was scary for children, which I thought was weird. And then the Amalekites. The Amalekites are described as characters with masks, and they are like the Amalekites were some atrocious people who did like horrible child sacrifices and everything else that just did horrible things. Now that's not shown in the movie, but they are depicted as freaks. They are depicted as people who wear goat and cow skulls and never take them off. They walk
That's
kind of like
creepy.
with a hunchback and creech, and like it is not good. So all of that's like Charlie wanted to sit on my lap. She cried into my chest several times. I debated leaving. It was so good movie. Not if you're a stickler for all Christian based content has to be verbatim with the scripture, you're not gonna like this film.
Hmm.
But I think it's a good film to watch, especially if you have the kids within the ranges of 8 to 12. I think it's a really prime time film for them. Great music, great sound, great action. It looks great. The animation style is higher than anything I expected to come out of the studio, and so it's nice. It's got great voice acting. Soundtrack's
Just from
good. It's
watching the
just the look.
trailers, I could see that the animation was pretty good.
It is, and there's one beautiful scene with Goliath and David. They actually shot it in like a field of poppies. And so
Hmm.
like when the stone goes into Goliath's head, spoiler alert, he dies. Like
Whoa.
it sinks into his head and he falls to his knees, and then the camera like zooms out to show like the full battlefield picture, and he falls on his face and like the poppies like float out all around him. It looks really good. It's like
That's sick.
it's artistically done. It's beautiful. And so a lot of really cool stuff in the movies. I don't love how they portrayed the Israelite army as like a bunch of farmers who didn't know how to fight. And so that's why
Oh
they were
no, those
scared
are
of the
trained
Philistines.
dudes.
Yeah, I didn't love that. And it also kind of takes away from the fact that how menacing Goliath was, because of course a farmer's going to
Hmm.
be scared of Goliath, but these were
No,
actually
but
like
they were warriors that were afraid, like they were scared of him. Yeah.
yeah. So I don't like how they downplayed that. I don't think that was really appropriate. And then also, so when David goes to rescue his family from the Amalekites after they get taken while he's trying to sneak into the Philistine army, when that happens, the like he just walks into the Amalekite army camp and then like gets captured and tied up.
Hmm.
And it's a really awkward moment when, he took 400, well, he took 600, 200 didn't cross the river, but then 400 men came in there and like slaughtered the Amalekites.
Yeah.
Like he didn't walk in there singing and then get captured, and then this they came in after him and the people rose up. Anyway, I don't love that characterization of David because David was a bad dude, and I would like to see him just like go take care of business in that moment. And I know it's a kids movie, and obviously I'm not asking for them to go like wreck them, but I would have liked to seen him lead an army or to charge into that, because an army does show up. It could have just been him. So
Yeah, that's fair.
um those are some of my complaints, some of my good things. Like I said, if you got kids around the ages of 8 to 12, I'd say this is really solid film to take them to. I do wish they would have dialed down the scary images just a bit because it is targeted for children. I would like more people to not, because we had several families walk out of the theater probably because of the visuals. So,
Yeah.
but were you thinking about taking Maddox?
I was until now, so
Well,
we'll have to
I
wait on that one.
I wanted to give everyone that review because I didn't see a single review saying, "Hey, this is this has got some real frightening scenes. Now I know I did go watch it on opening day, and I'm sure those are coming out, but I feel like that should have been something that was a little bit more prominent of like, hey, uh, get fair warning, this is not like fun cutesy David. Um,
Yeah.
but anyway, yeah, Phil Wickham was awesome though. It was really cool to see
Yeah,
him.
I saw he posted an Instagram thing of like half of a song that he did, and it looked really good.
Yeah, and like I said, if you want to go get like a little taste of the movie, anyone who's not willing to go watch it yet, it the soundtrack, just kind of listen to that. It's been playing on repeat in my house since the movie, so that's been pretty cool. I'm excited to see how Charlie kind of reacts, kind of as we continue to read these stories. I don't want her to be like, "Oh man, that was the scary moment from that movie." I don't want her to relate her experience with the movie to some of the stories in the Bible. So
Yeah.
we'll see. So, but overall, I'm glad to have Christian content on the big screen at the scale that it was. I know it performed fairly well already. Had a big crowdsourcing for some free seats for Kids Go Free. So glad that we're attempting to have some Christian content on the screens. I would like to see it, upper level. That automatically bumps it up in my book, from a
Yeah.
two, from a for a point. Just the fact that it's biblical content automatically makes it like, hey, here we go. Handled a little bit. Could have been handled the scriptures a little better, in my opinion. Could have had some more biblical tie-ins, or at least a little bit more accuracies. I would have liked to have seen, but for the most part, it is a children's movie. It is fun, um, but I give it an 8, and some of that knocks just for the frightening scenes, and then also the mishandling of scripture. For the songs and visuals and story, like fairly good. But those 2 points get docked for the things I just talked about. So 8 out of 10 for the Worldly review. So
Dope.
yeah. Well, um, now that I've ranted on about the only movie, the movie that only one of us has seen, um, are you ready to talk about Fire and Ash?
Yeah, man.
So before we get into the movie review, I want to take you like a second and tell us a little bit about your Avatar history. Have you grown up watching these movies? Did you see them in the theater? Did you watch them on repeat? What has been your Avatar experience up until this point?
So I saw the first one. The first one was the first movie I ever watched in 3D.
Now, IMAX
So
3D or like
no, it was
Dolby?
just regular. It was like Dolby 3D. I saw
Okay.
it in Gainesville. Loved that movie. I think I watched it 2 more times in theaters, and then yeah, then Way of Water, I think I watched once in theaters, but Jackie loves that movie. We've watched it like 10 times at the house probably.
Wow. Okay.
Um, but yeah, huge Avatar fan. I love Pandora at Disney is so sick.
It is
Getting to ride an
really cool.
Ikran, and that ride is incredible.
Dude, that animatronic that they have on that
Hmm.
the what
Oh,
is
and
the
the
water
boat
ride?
ride.
Yeah,
Oh, dude, it's
the
incredible.
super expensive, but
So
so
fluid.
cool.
Yeah.
So cool. So, okay. So, a little Avatar fan. I like that you and Jackie have watched Way of Water several times.
Hmm.
That's really cool. And it bodes well going into this movie that you probably have watched it that much, to kind of get the example, because this does pick up exactly like, I think it's supposed to be like 2 to 4 weeks after Way of
Yeah, I
Water.
wasn't expecting that. I was expecting it to be a time jump, but it was pretty right on to right after.
Well, and so James Cameron said that he wanted this to be one movie, but it was just too big of a story to tell. So
Hmm.
that's a little bit interesting for me that this was supposed to be one movie, because there's a lot here. There's a
Yeah.
lot of story told in this one. So
It
the
was
first thing
3
I want,
hours almost. It was almost 3 hours and 20 minutes long.
yeah,
Like, that's insane.
yeah, it was insane. We we didn't even talk about the previews.
So good. Mando
So
and Grogu. Dude, I was super hesitant about watching a movie in IMAX 3D, but I'm going back to watch Mando and Grogu in IMAX 3D because it looked so good.
okay, so did you like So Jacob's not a big fan of 3D. He said it was fine after the movie. What was your experience like? I know you were a little hesitant because Jackie gets a little motion sick. What was your
Yeah.
experience like as far as IMAX 3D?
Oh, I enjoyed it. It was great.
Do you think it enhanced the film?
Oh yeah, like especially in some of like the big scenes in the movie, like it's very immersive. I
Okay.
really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I cannot these big movies like this that are shot for IMAX 3D,
Hmm.
which James
Oh,
cameras
dude,
are.
in the Mando stinking trailer, it feels like you were in the cockpit with them. That was incredible.
Yeah,
It like reached around you.
The Mando trailer was. Oh,
It
that's
was
so funny
dope.
because the Mando trailer was super disappointing and like not much of anything for me when I
I don't
watched
want to
it on the
ruin it. I
phone.
think it was perfect.
And then this one, when I watched it in IMAX, I was like, this is a pretty good trailer. And I don't know if it
Yeah,
was
dude.
because of the immersiveness of it. I know there's a little bit more in the IMAX trailer than what we got
Yeah,
released.
there's like two extra scenes from
Well,
the IMAX and the other
he
one.
was fighting in the gladiator ring, which was not in the YouTube released one.
Right. All you saw was one of the chess piece guys, but now you know that he's in the arena.
Yeah. So, yeah, I thought that was a great trailer. The Odyssey might have just went to most anticipated
And
film.
I read today that that was like that piece, that trailer is like a prologue to the entire film.
Mhm.
That's incredible.
Yep, prologue. It was 6 minutes long. So just so you
Mhm.
know, audience members or people listening, watching, whatever you're doing, if you're even here at all, there was a 6 minute prequel, like preface to the Odyssey, where we get a storytelling of Odysseus storming Troy and what it looked like to be inside of the Trojan
It
horse,
was so
and it
dope.
was phenomenal. I am the intensity, anxiety inducing already. Uh, I I am so excited for that.
Dude, the payoff for 6 minutes of video. That was awesome.
Yeah, yeah, so cool. And then we got the big spoiler that we talked about last week with the
Oh
Doomsday. Me and
yeah.
Jacob did. So got to see that in IMAX. Looked great. It actually did get me a
Mhm.
little bit hyped for Chris Evans to come back.
Yeah, I told
Um,
you.
as soon as it ended, I'm like, I don't like
Dude,
it from a story.
if Cap's in it, I'm about it.
I don't like it from a storytelling. I think it's awful storytelling to
Oh, it's gonna
to
be
go into
awesome.
that, but I'm a sucker for Cap. I love Cap. I love Chris Evans. So very, very cool to see him back. So, but anyway, that's enough with the trailers. Enough with the trailers. Let's get into it. Um, what'd you think? What'd you think about the story? Let's go. Let's go right in the
I
story.
enjoyed it. I can see why Jacob isn't a huge fan because I mean there is some repetitiveness, but there's also some new stuff that's really dope. But I enjoyed it
Okay.
overall.
Yeah, I think the story from my perspective was good. It wasn't fantastic. We do see some repeats. We do see some. We definitely see the themes consistent throughout. Um, but for the most part, I'd say that this story did a better job giving every character time to shine, dealing with grief and everything that was
Mhm.
going on that aspect. So the story to me was spectacular and uh but could have been better. It was very good, and I was just locked in my seat the whole time, having a great
Mhm.
time watching this film. I never wanted to go away. Like I never was like, "Oh, we're doing this again." Even the moments where I was like, "Ah, like, just kill him." I was still having a good time. I was still like enjoying the script. I wasn't like, "Well, this is just a pointless 17 minutes."
Yeah.
It's like,
No, I like
well,
and there I mean there's some movies that are that long that I'm like, all right, let's hurry this thing up. But I didn't think that once during that movie at all.
yeah. I didn't think it while watching it. Looking back on it, I'm like, yeah, that could have been cut. That could have been cut. It could have been 2 hours and 30 minutes. No problem. Like no problem.
Yeah.
It could have, but I'm having a good time in Pandora. Like
Mhm.
I don't I went there to the experience. I told Sean this when I was golfing. Like so many people golf to get done. They're like, oh, I gotta get through this hole, gotta get through this hole, I gotta go. And I'm
Oh
like,
no, dude.
I don't go golfing to go home. I go golfing to be there, and just similar to the theater, like, I go to have a good time, to be immersive, and that's what James Cameron does. James Cameron takes you from where you're at and puts you in Pandora, somewhere else, and just enjoying such a beautiful story, a beautiful world, and that's the next thing I was gonna hop into, these visuals, dude.
Incredible.
I don't know how he topped Way of Water,
He did it
and
for
he
sure.
and he may have not topped it, but there are moments where I'm like,
No,
"Dude,
I absolutely. Every one of these movies. Well, the first one, like you get all those visuals for the first time, and it's hard to top something you see for the first time. But dude,
yeah,
it just levels up and levels up. Like it was
yeah."
great.
Well, and seeing it in IMAX 3D is just I think it's a must. I texted you that day. I said, "Hey, I'll go watch it in Stark with you. I'll go to Gainesville. Like we'll watch it wherever you want." But I think not watching this film in IMAX 3D is a mistake. How do you
Oh,
feel
yeah, I
like
agree.
that? Like it's so good.
If you can do it.
Yeah, yeah. Highly recommend if and so I'm just going to go ahead and say like if you enjoy movies at all, I would recommend going to the theater and watching this. Like
For
if you
sure.
don't like action movies that like and you need like a very strong drama theme throughout your films, I would say skip it. Unless you just love visuals, because this thing is a masterpiece on the visual scales, and I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they get the performances and the weight and, like, the characters to feel so real. Like, they
Hmm.
say they hate the motion capture, say, because it's performance capture, because, like, they are performing in every step, like, the way that they walk from creature to creature is different, and it shows, like, confidence, it shows lack, it shows, um,
Hmm.
sadisticness, like, I mean,
Oh,
it is
you could tell,
wild.
dude. Yeah, you could tell in that one part where she's like, "Stand up straight. What are you doing?" Like you can tell because they were like, "Rah." That was
Yeah,
sick. She's like, "So what are
little
you doing?
evil
Stand up
creatures.
straight."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't show fear. Um
yeah.
But yeah, the visuals are 10 out of 10. It does not get better. They're
Hmm.
like the only thing that gets better than these visuals is time. And honestly, I like if we look back and we're like, "Oh man, that looks bad." Like this looks like Air Force 1 did, like to us viewers now. Uh like I don't know how. I don't know how this can not look it looks picture realistic, and that's all
Oh
there
yeah,
is
it was
to it.
great. Yeah, like there were some scenes that I enjoyed it more than others because it felt like I don't know. It just felt like I was there watching it in real life. Like it was sick.
Yeah. So, we talked about like a little bit of the performance capture there. What did you think of the performances? Did you feel like there was anyone that stood out? Do you think there was anything that was lacking? What do you
Well,
think?
I think Zoe Saldana always does a great job. She's so
So
great,
good.
so
I
great. Even like she talked about I watched an interview with her again that she was kind of afraid to step in the role again, like of a grieving mother, because it I mean it's haunting to do that, but she did so freaking good.
so good. Like
Hmm.
fantastic. I
Yep.
I was blown away by her acting. I Una Chaplin coming in as the Varang with the
Oh,
fire
dude, she was
queen.
nuts.
If you want somebody to be twisted, that
Yeah.
was spectacular. Now, I will give a little bit of warning here. There's a little bit of a I'm gonna say evil put on
Well,
display
I
here.
dude, it trying to think of the word without saying the word. I don't know, man. Like she does some sketchy stuff
Yeah, no,
constantly.
it's a little voodoo. It's a little bit of like it's a little weird.
Yeah.
There's some it's obviously that she is a very sexualized creature and
Yeah.
puts that forward toward everything that they do. It is a little bit close to the edge. Like they put this as close to an R rating for her as probably you
Oh yeah,
can
for
in a
sure.
PG-13. They did get their one F bomb in the film. There's a good
Dude, I
amount
thought
of
that was so
language.
dumb though. Like that it would have hit way harder if he didn't even use it at that moment. Like that was I felt like that was so stupid, but I digress.
It's always kind of dumb, especially in a PG-13 when everyone knows you get one. It's like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? Like, what's going on? So good moment for that guy that we'll talk about in spoilers. But like we said, the plot's not bulletproof. The acting is phenomenal. I love Sam. I think Sam Worthington does a fantastic job as Jake Sully. He's performing, and I want to give credit to the kid who does the brother. I'm trying to think of his name. Brenton Dalton, dude,
Oh yeah.
he did a good job as Lork. Look,
Yeah.
um, he is dealing with a lot and he portrays it well. It's believable. The grief that he's feeling from losing his brother and the weight of that on his shoulders. There's a moment there on the beach that is very impactful. It took me by surprise that it would even be done.
Bro.
James Cameron took a big risk with putting that on screen, and
Mhm.
I think it was worth it.
It
I think
literally took my breath away.
took
I
my
didn't breathe during that whole scene.
Yeah, there are some big moments in this. There's a lot of like if you are very sensitive to family trauma, uh if you had a stressed relationship with your father, this might have some triggers with you. There
Mhm.
so I would definitely like loss of the family members, loss of loved ones, loss of sons and daughters or mothers. This is all like it deals with it all. It is a heavy movie. So if you have anything like that triggers you, I would recommend maybe watching this one at home so that you have the opportunity to pause or set it down or just stop watching. Just kind of wait till that comes home because it does deal with some very heavy subjects.
Oh, I'm not
Um,
gonna lie to you right now. I cried. Like I
yeah,
didn't like boohoo cry, but I cried. It was nuts.
it was shocked. It
Look at that
wasn't as
Avatar
emotional.
drinking out of. You see that?
What?
Look at you see that? Is that the Avatar cup you're drinking out of right now?
That's right. That's right. Gotta support. Gotta support.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks, Sean. Um, but yeah, I thought like all of that stuff to deal with is such a heavy moment, and we'll touch on all that in spoilers when we get there in a second. But last thing I want to touch on before we kind of go to spoilers, well, two things. But first off is the pacing. How did you feel the pacing was? We talked about it's a long movie. We talked about I said that maybe there we could have cut some fluff, but overall the pacing of the movie. How did you feel like the movie flowed?
I thought it was fine. Yeah,
Okay.
again, I didn't feel like it was rushed because it was almost 3.5 hours long, and I don't feel like
It definitely
it
wasn't
was.
rushed.
I don't think it was drawn out because there was a lot of storytelling to be told. So I felt like it was fine.
Yeah, I do feel like it lulled a little bit at the end with the action. And some of that for me is just like an overabundance of action kind of leads to like a little bit of like eye glazing for me. And I
Mhm.
I didn't feel this because the action was so well done. It was such a beautiful shot film. It was such a good time with the action, but I could see myself on rewatch being like starting to glaze over like okay, like let's get to this is a long fight. There's some
I
moments
feel
that
like
are like
the final actual action scene paid off. I feel like all the middle could have been cut down a smidge.
I feel like, and I won't spoil the movie, but for the final action, it needed something to happen that didn't happen for me for it to pay off. The fact that that didn't happen makes it not pay off for me. So
Mhm.
it that docked at a point for me.
Fair.
So um, that could have turned this movie to great when it's just good right now. So but okay. And so the last thing we'll get before we go to spoilers is there's a lot of themes of God. There's a lot of themes with nature and right and wrong and who like racism. How do you feel like they handled those topics here? Especially when it's a little bit more kosher to kind of do it at Pandora as opposed to Earth. How do
Oh
you
yeah.
feel like
I
all that's
feel like
represented?
I feel like a movie that say all this was based on Earth. I feel like if you add God instead of AWA, that it wouldn't make the money that it makes, if that makes sense.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. But I don't know. There's a lot of similar themes, and there's the morality of it all, and doing the right thing, and even if it could potentially put someone else or put yourself in danger to help someone else, like it's the same like morality that we would have, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't do wrong just because you feel like it's right. The means don't justify the ends.
Right.
Or the end
No,
back up.
I
The
got it.
ends
Yeah,
don't
but
justify the means.
yeah,
Which is a theme a lot in this that you battle with. You're like, hey, I'm gonna do this absolute atrocity, but
but
for
it's
what it
needed.
does, it's needed. It's
Yeah,
going to solve my problems, which it wouldn't. I didn't like that. But
yeah.
anyway,
It was the whole Thanos thing to do the evil thing for the greater good.
yeah. And
Yeah,
some people are like, and I know some people who were watching this film would have been like, do it, like have no problem, absolutely.
yeah,
And I think it's really important that they didn't do that thing. So I'm very glad that they didn't do that. I don't. It's the portrayal of Awa is definitely one that I struggle with because it's definitely not a portrayal of a good God. It's not a portrayal of a God that's connected, a God that is actively involved in lives, and it's a little bit. I feel like this is the view that non Christians have of our God is a
yeah.
God that is incredibly difficult to reach. It is stubborn and
Distant.
doesn't really care, is distant. That's a great word. It's a little distant. And even when you try to reach out to them, you have to do something great in order to get their attention, or you have to do something impactful to get there. Whereas the true God says, hey, if you draw nigh to me, I will draw nigh to you. Like if you come close to me, I'm going to come close to you. Uh, he is never the one who you have to pursue. He pursued us. Like when we were dead in our sins, he sent his son on a rescue mission to come have a relationship with us. And that is not what is portrayed here. So there's a lot of similarities for what they're saying for how the creatures act and their dependence, but from the God side, there's hardly any because
Right.
Aowa is not a good God. So it's I kind of that whole dream sequence with Kitty. It's not. I don't. That was a low point for me in the
Yeah.
movie. So, but anyway, just kind of wanted to touch on that for those of you who kind of want to see the movie. Like, I would be interested. Definitely, whenever a movie like this is going, even though these movies are fun and they're just cinema that it's just stuff to watch, like it is always important to kind of look at the values, look at what they're portraying, look at what what the director is trying to say, and see what you can pull out of it, because I honestly think James Cameron desires to have a relationship with God, because everyone has a God-shaped hole in their heart that only God can fill, and I think this is what he feels like Christianity is. It's like it's almost there. This
Hmm.
is what so I don't know. I'm just interested. I would love to have a conversation with him, honestly, and kind of see where he's at personally. So,
For sure.
well, you want to jump into spoilers? Oh,
Oh yeah.
before we jump into spoilers, everyone, we always give our ranking before so that kind of we can get you know, someone can see the movie if they feel like our ranking is high enough. Jacob Jacob gave his ranking. I'm going to give his ranking first. Jacob gave this movie a 5. 5 out of 10.
What a goob.
Oh, what a goo. How do you feel about that, Peyton?
I just feel like it's too low. It's not mid. 5 is mid.
5
You
is
can't have
less than
visual.
5 is less than mid.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's in the
Like a
middle of the scale.
right, but if you get a movie to the theaters, it's automatically better. Like I
I don't think that's true.
you know what I'm saying? Like home release videos, like straight to video, like That's like
I mean,
probably
Deadpool Wolverine made it to theaters without a plot. So
yeah, and it wasn't a 5.
Brave New World made it to theaters without a plot.
Right. And Jacob gave that a
So
7.
yeah, no way. It sucked.
Jacob's an antagonist. Um, he loves it. So, okay, well, he's not here to defend himself, so let's not rail on him too hard. I just some of the trash Jacob puts on his on his rankings and stuff is up there. He says he loves action, and this is probably one of the better action movies he's ever watched. The action in this thing is phenomenal. So cannot believe he gave it a 5. It's because he said he's watched the movie before, but as soon as a movie goes over 2.5 hours, Jacob checks out. It's too long.
Really?
Yeah, too long. But go ahead. Let's hear Peyton's score.
I gave it an 8.
You gave it an 8. Okay.
I did. I feel like anything that can bring a tear to my eye deserves at least an 8.
At least an 8. That's a
Yeah.
really fair marker. Yeah. Tear inspiring.
I mean, if it can make you emotional, I feel like they did their job.
Yeah, well, it speaks to the performances because it's at least
Mm-hmm.
believable.
Yeah.
I'm really good at putting myself in somebody else's shoes or like kind of seeing like how I would respond if that happened to me, which does make me a little bit more of a sucker for that kind of stuff, especially when they're like tying right to my life. So, but yeah, definitely super solid film. I actually also give this movie an 8.
Look at that.
So, I mean, me and Peyton agree. Not too often does that happen.
No.
So, but I just love the Avatar films. I feel like the way that Jacob gives leeway to Star Wars is how I give leeway to this. Even though some of the story is repetitive, even though some of the story ebbs and flows with what it is, scenes rehappen, I don't care. I'm having a great time. Like, and it's so good looking. It is so good looking. I love this film.
Yeah, the visuals and the acting can make you overlook a little bit of the repetitiveness, honestly.
And the score was super solid too.
Oh yeah, yeah. The music of Avatar is always super good.
Yeah, they always kill it. So okay, so 8s and a 5, 85. Goodness gracious. I honestly, sadness. I think he may come back and bump that up. I hope he does. I hope he bumps it up to at least to a 6. That'd make me feel better.
Would it?
It would, But hey, we get a 7. We get a 7 average for this film, which is probably where it's going to end up on IMDb. Currently, right now, it's tracking at a 7.5. Most of the Avatar lovers have already been to the theater, so everyone else who trickles in, watches this one after the fact, definitely going to lower. How do you feel like this thing's going to do box office wise?
I know I read that James Cameron was worried about it not making its money back to make the 4th one. That he didn't think it would make enough. Maybe it would make its money back, but I heard him say that he was scared about it.
Yeah. Did you know why?
Yeah. Oh, I know it's expensive as junk to make those movies.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about the first one and then what it took, like how many years to bring out the second one, and at least technology has come forward a little bit to where they could do the third one in a decent amount of time, but it's still super expensive.
Yeah. Crazy. So expensive. And then we got so much story to tell left. Well, apparently. Let's hop into spoilers. Just so we can do that. Dude, why don't they kill anyone?
I mean, some people died. Professor Lupin died.
Did he?
Yeah, he took an arrow to the chest.
That's right. Yeah, but dude, I wanted to kill the chick. Like she
Yeah, I
needed
mean,
to
she's still got
die.
story to tell.
She needed to die. Dude, when Nikiri was there, she should have just ended
Yeah, but
her.
it really did show that she's not as strong as she thought she was. So I feel like she's got more story left.
I don't know, dude. Natiri should have killed her.
Oh, she should have, sure.
Yeah. How did you feel about the team up moments? We had 2 back-to-back team ups moments with Jake
I
Sully and Kettering?
Quadrich,
Quadrich. Quaritch.
Porch, whatever, tomato, potato.
Yeah, whatever. Made us mad. How did you feel about that?
I feel like the first one was dope,
Okay.
needed, great part of the storyline where it was super tense afterwards. But the second one was meh. Like,
This
did we need a
dude.
second one? Could they
Well,
have saved Spider without the second team up? Yes.
for me,
Spider was
I
running
like
through
that
the
he helped
forest
this
and
kid.
jumping on trees earlier, but he couldn't climb up him to like give me a break.
So I get Jake gave him a chance at the start with the team up. He gave him a chance when he was in the cell, talked to him deeply, gave him a chance there, and he didn't. Put an arrow in his freaking head. Like he has came after your family 7 times.
Yeah.
He has held a knife to your child's throat. He has held a knife to your wife's throat. He has actively murdered hundreds of people that you love. In that sucker, you gave him a chance. Like, the most loving thing you can do for your family, which you should love more than this stranger who's trying to kill you, is put that dude down. Like, that dude needs to die. Like, you gotta protect your family. This whole thing is about, hey, I can't protect my family. And then when you have a chance to end the guy who is the problem, you let him go. And
Not
I'm
once,
not convinced he's dead.
not twice. I think
But
he's
thrice.
dead. I feel like when he said ain't this whatever and he let go, I feel like that was him saying, well, I guess because he already said because technically it's not
I think
Quarter, it's
Varang
I think
catches him.
that's what Jackie said too. But I feel like because he knows he's not. I mean, he's like because Jake said "dead man's memories" because it's not his. Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I hope he's dead. But
I do too.
that's a big problem with me is Jake's compassion towards him for no reason. Jake literally is about to kill Spider in the middle of a forest for no reason. Absolutely zero reason. Big.
Well, he was doing it because he didn't want them to have the technology they didn't have at the planet.
So stupid. So ridiculously dumb.
Because if you think about it, if they would have gotten Spider and learned to redo it, it probably would have destroyed Pandora.
They're already there.
I know, but then you'll be able to you wouldn't have
masks
you know how
are
much
not
money
the
you would
problem
save
of
without
expanding.
that resource?
Masks are not the problem of expanding on
Dude,
Pandora right now.
that's big money. It's
I
big
don't.
money.
I just disagree that masks are the problem.
I think it's part of it.
Sure, but a minuscule moment. Like literally, they are out destroying whales or whatever. But Takun,
Tukun, yeah, the big whales.
Takun, they're out there murking them like it's their second job. Like honestly, like oxygen is not the problem, and Jake's out there about to sacrifice him like he's Jacob and Isaac. Like
Well, that's what it was super reminiscent of that. Like, where are we going? Just come with me. Just
Yeah, dude. And then it like honestly, and that's one of those moments where like it would have been good for like, hey, guide my hand. And he says, hey, Awa, guide my hand. And he pulls that knife back. Why not have one of those little floating jellyfish land on his knife?
Dude, that's what I was expecting. Either
Why not
that
have something?
or like an animal comes like, you know what I mean? Like and gets in the
Yeah.
way. Like that would have been dope.
Dude, what do you mean? Awa is the one who put it in his lungs.
I know.
Like, what is your thought processes? Like, you have such a deep, profound, like, love for this god of you, like, of your world and for this nature, and then they give you a salvation moment of like unscientific like means, and they've already been studying him. Dude, they had everything on that kid. Like there wasn't like they don't need to find him again. They did every test in the known universe.
You don't think so?
No, their next movie they'll already have it figured out if it's
Hmm.
figurable. He was in there for like a week. So I don't know. That's the film. That's the moment where I felt like Natiri should have just fully accepted Spider, and she didn't. Like that's the
I
moment
think
where
she
she
did
should.
though.
That's the moment that she should have. No, when she went to go save him in that moment when Jake was going to kill him, but she should have
Yeah.
accepted him outright as soon as he started breathing air. Because
Yeah, I mean
that's
it
a
would make
moment of
sense.
acceptance from Awa, who she says that's the last thing that she has left is her faith. And
Uh-huh.
so, why in the world would you not accept him at that moment? Because you're such a
Oh,
racist.
people well not only that is people in grief make irrational decisions, so
Yeah. Oh, that's true. But let's talk about the kid in grief who did such a big moment. Luke, is that how you say his name? Luck.
Loak, I think.
Luke. How do you what do you think about his grief journey?
Well, him saying that he feels closest to his brother when he's like in the sky alone on his what are they
Banshee.
called? I literally on his banshee, and it was all dope. And then the moment his dad pretty much tells him like it's your fault,
Which it
it like
is.
broke him,
Which it should.
broke him. I mean,
It
he was just going back to save Spider.
no. No, like his dad said, you went to save your whale. You went to save your whale. That was the mistake. The mistake
Yeah,
was not going to save Spider. The mistake was going to save his whale. That was the problem.
yeah.
And if he doesn't do that, like he was told not to, then they don't get caught out in the middle of things and the fight doesn't have to happen with his family there.
But also, if he doesn't do that, he doesn't get the whale's help in the next movie.
I get it. I understand, but he also probably takes a arrow to the chest from his mom because they're ready for him.
Yeah.
Instead of reacting, they're planning. So anyway, no, it was his fault. Big
Yeah, but
moments.
there was a better way to
Yeah,
do it
as of
instead of
no,
tell your son you're
so it's hard. It's hard because you're dealing with the grief yourself,
oh, yeah.
right?
That's what I
And
said.
and your
Grieving
son
people
is
make
not
irrational
learning.
decisions.
Your son is not
Oh, dude,
learning from the lessons.
he kinda made me so mad the whole movie, just not listening, like
Right, like listen, like I get it. Like you made a mistake, like but grow from it. Like and I
yeah,
think that's the problem with the son is I think that James Cameron is showing it from the perspective as like the dad is completely in the wrong. But the fact of the matter is, dude, if you got your brother killed, maybe you should make him like make some changes. Like your dad is literally uh the chief leader of all of war. Like how about giving him some respect and listening to him?
yeah.
Like, and he sees the opportunities that his brother has. Like he's going to get them. But yeah, he's just impatient, stupid kid,
Yeah.
which is okay. It's okay to be dumb, stupid, but yeah. And his dad definitely needed to show more love toward him. Needed to help him grieve the loss of his brother.
Hmm.
And needed to be there for him. I'm not saying that was good parenting, but
Yeah.
man, learn from your mistakes,
When he
bro.
went out on that rock though, and he put that rifle under his chin,
I thought I was gone.
boy,
I was
boy, I was just
that
like,
is that's a tough moment. I thought and it's PG-13, so I don't think they're gonna have a suicide in it, which
yeah, but
does
dog,
kind of
like
take away some of the suspense. But
they did a great job of that was incredible.
yeah, and whether he did or not, it showed the mental state of he's like,
Yeah,
hey, like I'd rather be gone,
it's
which really
crazy.
sucks.
That's not even the part that made me cry.
What was the part that made you cry?
When she gave birth to that baby and then died.
Big part.
Dog.
I didn't expect her son to die.
Oh yeah, that was so quick too. Like it was such a glance,
Yep.
never addressed.
Nope. Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people started dying. I was like, oh
Yeah.
man, can we kill the bad guys?
Well, that's when you and Jacob said, "Can they just kill somebody?" I was like, "Dude, some people died. Some pretty important people died."
I
Like,
want to see. I want to see the bad guys die.
I know.
I don't want to see the children die.
I know that was awful.
That's the worst. Mm, fun, fun
No,
though.
when Natiri was strapping up that baby and said, "Your mother was strong and courageous," I was like, "Oh my god,
Yeah,
that
and I
was
love that moment
terrible."
where she's bandaging her up and like, if you would like listen and not move, and she's like, you better watch your mouth or I'll forget you're pregnant. Like,
Oh, they hissed at each other. Oh, dude, there's
that's
another
a good
thing
moment.
when Natiri's walking through the human base or whatever, and one of the guys go, "Hey, baby," and she is like. And hisses at him and, like, she
He's like,
keeps
she
walking and
wants
he was
me.
like, "Yeah, she wants me." I was like, "Jackie, that's the perfect, like, meme gif of, like, husband gets home and compliments his wife and just like, dude, it was so funny.
Oh my goodness, that's
They're so
hilarious.
funny.
Uh,
There's so much hissing in that movie.
there's a lot of hissing, which is
It was
cool.
great.
I love when Took hisses.
Oh, yeah, she's so cute.
Yeah, funny moments. I we talked a little bit about the dream sequence in non-spoilers, but how did you feel about her trying to connect with Awa and then seeing the bodacious side eye?
Bodacious. What did, Jacob call it? Bombastic? Side eye?
Bombastic side eye. That's what I meant.
It was really funny. Not what I expected. It was kind of, I expected more from Awa, but maybe we'll get more from Awa eventually.
Yeah, I've expected her response to be bigger.
Yeah.
Squids was underwhelming. They were cool, but we needed more.
Yeah, I mean,
You
they
know
did
what
their
I
job.
expected? I expected the magnetic field to expand and take out
Either
everything
that or, like, the
immediately.
oceans to, like, because it showed the ocean being super rough when he was looking for his Tarcoon or whatever. What if
Yeah,
the ocean just got, like, incredibly rough? Like, that would've been dope too.
yeah, yeah. Coulda
But I
seen
feel
a
like
definitely a bigger
in
response from him.
3 movies, we got 3 times the animals came and saved the day. Like, give me, like, a nature save the day. Like, give me,
When
like,
did the
I want
animal
the
save the day
waves.
in Way of Water?
At the same time, at the end war thing.
Nope, didn't do it.
One of the
Watch it
Cocoon did.
Tuesday. One tycoon that was a connection with his brother was not with Awa.
And then the things came and helped them breathe.
That was one breathe on one girl.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Nature
It
came
wasn't
and
like it
helped from
wasn't like a
Awa.
man. It wasn't like a man. No, I don't think that was from AWA. That was from Kitty
Yeah, because she was like channeling Awa. That's what
or
she
Kiri.
does.
I don't know. I don't know. I disagree. I disagree with the second movie. I think the second movie had no salvation from AWA.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, it's very reminiscent of the first one though, for sure. When the multiple banshees
Yeah,
came,
like the forest creatures and
yeah, all the
yeah.
banshees and the rhinos and the jags, which I mean, I
Hmm.
loved. Thought that was a cool
Oh
little
yeah, they're
moment.
sick.
It's better.
Hmm.
It was done better in the first one, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's why I was expecting a bigger response, like the gravitational thing coming, like expanding and like something big, like really big. But
Yeah.
I didn't get that. So, oh, I really would have liked to have seen that.
Something they definitely could have been bigger, but he might be saving something bigger for if he makes enough money to do like the next movie. Because
I
I don't
just,
know.
I hate saving stuff for something that may or may not. I'll watch the 3.5 hour movie. Like, give me the
Yeah.
payoff. So, like, victory at Helm's Deep is the payoff. Like, victory at, like, the tower is the payoff. Like, of Lord of the Rings 2. Like, I don't have to wait till the Return of the King to get a payoff. Like, those movies, like, they give you the
Yeah, it's like
satisfaction
the
you
opposite of
desire.
what Hobbit did. You get all the way to Smaug, and then you have to wait a whole nother movie, and then he's in it for 15 minutes.
Don't get me hard on The Hobbit.
uh,
Don't get me started on The Hobbit. This
uh,
is not a Hobbit rant.
sorry.
Go off. No Hobbits. No, just kidding. Sorry, that was a bit much. So,
That's funny.
um, yeah, no, I had a fun time with it. I had my complaints, obviously, but dude, one of my favorite scenes from the movie. One of the last things we'll talk about, dude. But the Banshee raid was so good on the Wind
Oh
Traders.
yeah,
But when
it was
that
super
dude holds that oil bag over top of himself, and then
dude, and he kamikazes himself into it. That was sick.
that was insane.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
very I'm
it was
trying to think what it
very
reminded
good.
me of. It was very like
Pearl
Mad
Harbor-esque
Maxy. Like Mad Max though. Like just like giving your life for the it was sick.
for the peeps. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
when he goes into their camp and he has the sniper take out that guy,
Oh, dude, that was so two
drop him.
combat parts of my favorite was like where he just pointed at him, said drop him, and then he drops, but then you hear the shot because he was so
Yeah,
far away.
so
And it
cool.
shows an avatar in a ghillie suit. Coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. And then and then when Jake is saving the kids in the forest and he just has the blade and he's just behind the scene, you can see it just like taking dudes down like silently. That was so sick.
So good.
So
Yeah, a
sick.
lot of great action.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then every time Natiri has a 72
Oh
and 0 kill
yeah,
streak, it's awesome. Her and her
yeah,
bow,
she's sick. Yeah,
so cool.
I love how those arrows literally take dudes like because they're coming with such force.
I will say there wasn't near like in Way of Water. There's the point where she stabs a dude with an arrow, puts a bow on the arrow that stabbed in the dude,
Then
and then
shoots it
shoots
through.
the bow through a dude to another dude. I think that's the coolest move of the entire
It's
series
very
so
cool.
far. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
very
very cool.
cool. Yeah, it was really hard to watch her struggle physically and emotionally after getting
Hmm.
shot and then still grieving. Like,
Hmm.
that sucked.
Yeah,
And
'cause
then
she's just
Jake
like
getting
this strong
captured.
warrior, and then she can't do anything. Like that
Yeah.
stinks.
I did love the aspect of them showing Jake at the human camp and kind of seeing like how the
Hmm.
humans view the
That's one of the things that was like different in this one. Like
that
from
was
the other
good.
ones, you got to see. Yeah, that was super good.
Yeah. And then that whole save raid. That was
Oh
cool.
yeah,
Yeah,
sick.
victory. Yeah.
And
Yep.
Spider. I like Spider too. He's dope.
Also had one of the stupidest moments in the whole when there he literally has the bulldozer and he crashes the cage to get Jake out, and then they're like, open fire, and they start shooting the
Oh, dude, you
bulldozer
looked over at
blade.
me,
I was like,
and I was just like,
what?
he was like this giant steel bulldozer that like takes down 100-foot trees, and there's like
They're like, I'm gonna shoot my
shooting at the
machine gun at
steel.
the blade. It's like,
Yeah,
why are you
that's gonna
shooting
do it.
there? Yeah, like
So
I was
dumb.
like, no wonder this guy's gonna break
They're
out
like,
of here
let him
because you guys
have
are a
it.
bunch of morons.
Yeah, I know you looked at me, and I was like, it was funny.
Oh man, such a crazy moment. But
Yeah.
good movie. All right, greatest movie ever?
Oh, not greatest movie ever, but it was very good. I enjoyed
Okay.
it.
Did you where do you rank this in the Avatar lore?
The first one's always number one for me because
Oh, okay.
it brought you into it. Like it was wonderful.
Got
I
you.
don't know. I feel like this and Way of Water are equal to me.
Equals.
Yeah. No, it's so stupid. No, it's funny. But yeah,
Sorry, I had to drop the reference.
yeah,
Um, okay, so
yeah,
you
equal.
this okay. I think this had better action than Way of Water, but Way of Water had a better story because it was told the
Hmm.
first time. There wasn't as repetitiveness. This one had a significantly better villain. Varing was menacing.
Yeah, I
I
see that.
really liked her aspect of it. Like it
Had like a
was,
power couple villain.
yeah, very cool dynamic. And then also with the Warriors actually giving up a like when you're going up against, I can't. What is their name? What are the blue people called?
Navi.
Navi. When you're going up against other Navis, like it's a fair fight.
Oh
And
yeah.
so this makes it more of a like it automatically puts it at like higher risk and it seems reasonable.
Hmm.
Like when the humans are going up against Navi, it's just because of their machines.
Hmm.
That there's even a chance. Now we have Navi going up against them with human machines, and it's like
Hmm. It's
don't really
dope.
have too much of a chance.
And then you get Quaritch really embracing like
Yeah,
her
he's
way
like
too.
painting red.
When he walks out in the war paint with like the black dude, that was
Yeah,
insane.
and embracing her with more than just paint.
No, disgusting.
Little bit of that stuff going on crazy. Um Stephen Lang, what a dude. But it's an interesting film. I think I ranked this one I think I ranked this one second. I think it goes Way of Water, this one, first one.
First one last?
First one last.
That's insanity. It gave you Pandora for the first time.
And this one gave me Pandora for a better time.
Gosh.
I just the first one, I don't like the conflict in the first one. I don't like the conflict is just him in his body.
Well, him learning the way was
Him learning the way is cool,
awesome.
and I like that stuff, but I just love the family aspect more. It's more compelling to me. A love story is a love story, and that's fine. And I love his love with nature, and it's really good. But these have that as well. This just adds the risk of family and something I can get behind, which is family units and like the structure and the loss and the grief and better villains. The other one's just corporate greed. Uh, Obviously
Well, I
that's
mean, this one
bad.
it
I
is
get it.
also corporate greed, but
Right, but we have more dynamics. There is more
yeah.
things going on. So I would say this one's probably a more enjoyable watch than the first one for me. The action's better. The visuals are better. Um, but yeah, it's close. They're all eights
Yeah.
to me. I think they're all eights.
I would give the first one a 9.
Okay.
But
And
yeah,
that's fair. I wouldn't knock anyone who says it's a 9. I just don't think it meets a 9 in my standards yet. But
yeah.
that's just because of personal taste. So,
I just feel like if you make a whole theme park out of it, it's got to be a 9.
has no bearing on my rating.
Crazy. That's crazy.
You can make a theme park out of Legos, and that doesn't make them 9s.
Oh no, Legoland sucks. You're right. That place is awful.
So, anyway, but you got anything else to say?
No, dude, I think we covered most of it. It was dope.
Abs-
I enjoyed it.
Absolutely. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. Spend a lot of time with your loved ones. Give thanks to Jesus for coming to this earth and being born, taking on flesh, and then giving us life for us so that we can live eternally with Him. So, uh, enjoy it. Hug those loved ones tight. You never know when the last time you'll see them.
Mm,
So, um, it's a special one. Reach out to those people who are hurting, who are have lost people this year. It's going to be a hard Christmas for a lot of people. Don't forget about your friends that you may need to connect with. That maybe this isn't such a joyous time for them. So take the time, reach out to the ones you love, and have a great Christmas. Thanks for checking in on this week's weekly fix.
Merry